Hello everyone. Alright, in today's video we have a 2010 ACURA TSX in back of me. So we're going to be doing oil change. Customer brought me the oil here, Mobile 1. He bought 10W30, his preference. Alright, also he got me this pure leather filter here. The number on this is 4610. Alright, so inside this we have a filter. He bought all this for $27, alright? So if you want to do it yourself, DIY, it's going to cost you 27 bucks, okay? And you can fill up the old oil in this and return it to Walmart. They take it back, okay? But anyway, so both of these from Walmart, he got it for 27 bucks. And we're going to do the oil change on this. I'm going to show you how to do the oil change, and I already told you how much it will cost you. And also, I'm going to give you the torque specs for the drain bolt down below. And I did ask the customer to bring me another drain bolt because I know this car very well. And he did it. He said it's okay, put it back, so that's not my concern. Even though I would tell him to go get it for me. And if he doesn't, it's up to him. I can provide him one, but he chooses not to. This customer is a good customer, but he brings his own stuff. No problem. It's not going anywhere. But if you have any problem with the drain plug, if the washer is squeezed and squashed, they call it squash washer, but if it's damaged, it's done, you change it, no questions asked, okay? It should probably cost you $5 for the drain plug altogether. But anyway, this filter has a seal. Make sure you put a little bit of oil. Well, you know what, let's just do it together right now. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna put this filter down on the floor. We're gonna open this up, okay? Make sure whenever you buy oil, the seal is there. Because this, I remember one time, customer brought me oil, but the seal wasn't there, and it had a dirty oil in it. But anyways, if you like, on this car, the filter is put on straight up like that, so you can fill up the oil in this, just like so. Alright, give it some time. I went a little too fast, so the oil's gonna go down. Add some more, do it a few times, little by little. That's how you're gonna prep the filter. Just a little bit more. That's it. I'm gonna leave it there. Alright, so what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna take this oil that's on my finger. I'm gonna make sure I put it around this seal, okay? What that's gonna do is it's gonna lubricate the seal, and it's gonna be nice and squashed on up there. Make sure the old seal from the old filter comes out, clean the housing, put the filter back up. So let's put this car in the lift, and we're gonna get this thing going. Alright, so we're underneath the car. As you can see right here, you have a drain plug, and then you have a filter right here. Alright, and the drain plug, the washer is all squashed up, but he still has a little bit of life. It's not leaking. Usually you would replace that every time. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this little wrench, if you have a 17 millimeter. Alright, and we're gonna turn it counterclockwise. If you're looking this way, you have to turn it counterclockwise. And a few budges, this thing should come loose. Make sure you have a drain bucket ready for the oil to go in. Alright, once it's loose, you're simply gonna take this off. And you're gonna let the oil come out. Just like so. Look how dirty his oil is. Usually this car comes to me and the oil is low, so that's not too much pressure. Make sure the cap on the top is open. The filler, oil fill cap on the top. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna see if I can get this filter off by hand. Usually they're hand tight, so that's not coming off. So I got my wrench right down here. So you're gonna need something similar to this. And what I'm gonna do is, let's not the oil come down. You're gonna take this and you're gonna turn it counterclockwise also. Oh, one more thing. If you have an ACURA TSX and you have like a shield here that he's missing, there's usually a big shield here. So that thing has like the number 10 bolts here, number 10, number 10, number 10. So it's gonna have number 10s all around. You could remove those, and if it's blocking your view, because that thing will cover up to here, and you're not gonna be able to drain the oil because it's on the way. So very simple. Remove the filter, loosen it off first, and the oil is gonna start to come down. All right, let's give it a good 10 minutes. But with this filter, you could completely take it off. Just be careful, you don't want it to make it really messy. And now we're gonna give it a good 10 minutes, and then after that we're gonna clean the housing, and we're gonna put in a new filter and the drain plug, and then we'll top off the fluid oil on the top. It takes about 4.5 quarts. And I will do a reset of a video on how to reset the light. All right, I took a little break for breakfast, 20 minutes, and it's still dripping. It's okay, we can lock it up now. All right, so this bolt right here, I'm gonna give you torque specs. Just give me a minute, let me wipe this down. And I wrote it down here so I don't miss it, so I don't forget. So this spec on this bolt is 30 foot-pound. All right, 30 foot-pound is fair enough, but if you don't have a torque wrench, you can tighten this by hand, but make sure you don't crack the pan. You don't want to keep tightening it and you'll crack this pan, you'll strip it. But I'm gonna just snug it. But if you can't get a torque wrench, torque it at 30 foot-pound. But if you can't, let me just show you. You know, you gotta have good hands. So this is, I think, is fair enough what I just did. All right, but if you want to torque it, you can torque it. It's all up to you. But I would recommend you torque it. I am gonna do that. But let's finish out the filter. So I like to clean the housing there. So I did add more oil to this filter here. So that's the filter we have. All right, make sure the seal comes down from the old one and the new one is lubricated. It feels heavy now since it got oil in it. So take your time. And there it goes. And this one, I don't have specs on this, but mostly, even when I used to work for Honda dealer, Acura and Honda was similar, but we used to hand tighten these and just enough, that's it. Bada bing, bada boom, wipe off extra oil. And we're gonna bring this car down. If you have the cover, put the cover on, and we'll put 4.5 quarts of oil in there. All right, so here's the cap that I took off. This will let the air go in when you're draining the oil, so make sure your oil cap is loose. So right here, there's a 5W20, so that's the oil you need this originally. But his car burns oil. He has issues with the car and he travels different states, so different temperature matters for him. So what we're gonna do is, we're gonna take our funnel right here, sitting with all these trashed up oil filters. We're gonna put that there. And here's the oil he brung me, 5W30. It's okay to put this, but however, that's the oil number on the cap right there. So what I'm gonna do is, so I'm gonna put 4 quarts and a little bit after that. All right, so that's what I'm gonna do here. So I'll take this, just don't dump the whole bottle in there because this is too much oil for the car, and this customer's car does burn oil. He tops it off himself. There you go. So that looks pretty good to me right there. I'm gonna put a little bit more. All right, after this you can start the engine, check the oil level. All right, I'm gonna just show you really quick how to check the oil, but make sure you put this cap on. Do not forget this cap here, because if you forget this, vacuum leak, all kinds of crazy stuff is gonna happen. To check the oil, you're gonna pull this out right here. Make sure you clean it. I got one hand, so let me see if I can manage with one hand. Let's clean this off. Start up the engine, give it 20 seconds, shut it off, give it 2-3 minutes. After that, this is what you're gonna be doing. Put this in that direction. See that, so you can read this letter guide properly. Push this in all the way, make sure it's all the way in. Pull it back out, and you see the oil is topped off. It's looking pretty good. All right, guys, thank you for watching my video. If you need to reset the light on this car, check out my video. You can put the year, make, and model, and you will find the video on how to reset the light on this car.